What's up, everybody? Give me just a quick second here. Look at my channel. Make sure that I am live. I'm sure I am. Let's just make sure. Let's get out of this. Get out of this. And then back into it. Yeah, it does look like I'm live. Oh, there we go. Blue Unicorn, welcome. Nice to have you here, my man. Appreciate you. Love your channel. Gonna wait for a few more people to get on in. We're gonna have an interesting, I know it's a little late edition of the comment show. Mick T, welcome. Nice to have you here. Keeper, nice to have you here as well. Since I got you three fine gentlemen in here, get out of the bathroom. Does it sound like I'm in the bathroom? Is the audio weird? Sometimes that, hold on. Let me get rid of some of these other things. We need that. I think we should be good there. It might take a second for the audio to clear up, so. Echoed? Okay, hang on one second, guys. Let me check my sound settings. Sometimes it works itself out, so bear with me. Take those headphones over there. There you go. Let me check my sound settings, make sure we're all good before we get started. I shouldn't keep you guys too long. Got some reverb. Okay. Hang tight for just a second, guys. I gotta make sure all my settings are good. I did check them before. We're good there. Hold on. I'm gonna mute the audio and then come right back. Hang on one second, y'all. All right. Hopefully that's better. Let's check it. Check it out. Hold on. Let me make sure this is good. It's another thing I need to check. Rosie Things, nice to have you here. We haven't started yet. I guess I have some audio issues, but let me make sure my settings are okay. Let's see. Let's make sure the audio is okay here. How about now? Leave him alone for 2 minutes. The show. Bring back Bernie.
I'm right here.
She's right here, actually. Say hi to Mick T. He's in chat.
Hi, Mick.
All right. Does that sound any better, guys and gals? Is my audio any better?
Sounds good to me.
Well, I know it sounds good here. Good day, Farlap. Nice to have you in here, sir. We'll get started here in just a second. There's apparently some type of audio issue. Still have reverb. Okay, hang on, Noel. Thanks for being in here. Let's try again. It's usually to do with... You know what? Let's just do it this way. Okay, we're good there. Let's go to the blue snowball for the mic. Let's apply. And hit OK. Is that any better? Better now. Okay, cool. Let's make sure we're good. Give me some ones. Sounds like shit. Hiding in a cupboard. Turn the bathroom fan off, too. How dare you, Keeper? That's good now. Okay. All right, let's get started. Let me remove this or move this over, whatever. And let's get started here. Alright, welcome everybody to the way too late edition of the MLH Comment Show for the 17th of February 2024. I'm not going to keep you guys and gals too long, but I do have some ground to cover here. So let me go ahead and transition on over. Thanks everybody for being in chat. I really appreciate you guys and gals. For this show, sharing is caring. I really appreciate it if you could put it out on your own channels or tell your friends, your enemies. I don't give a fuck. Tell them that MLH is on the air and is going to keep you updated. This is the only show of its kind, by the way. Blue Unicorn says, I just woke up, so it's just right on time. Yeah, for certain people, I guess that is true, Blue Unicorn. It is what it is. So let's dive into it. We'll start with our good friend Keeper here, who missed Bernie last week. What were you doing, Bernie? I thought you were here last week.
I was. I'm here every weekend.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Weirdos?
Yeah, are you calling Keeper a weirdo? I'm trying to put a wedge between you and Keeper,
I was here. I swear I was here.
Yeah. All right. Are you inside my... Oh, there's echo? What the fuck? Sorry, guys. What's up, Putintain? Nice to have you in here. So we're going over comments. More Keeper. Next couple of comments are Keepers. He finally gives me... he always has to address Bernie first. So
Hi,
that's
Keeper.
just... What?
Hi, Keeper.
What?
Hi, Keeper.
Yeah, there you go. And then he says, I like when Bernie is just getting out of bed. I think I mentioned that. And then Keeper continues, says, I thought you were like 23 and Bernie was your sugar mama. Well, I appreciate the I guess compliment is compliment, backhanded as it may be. If I look 23, that's really cool. I'll take that any day of the week. Nanya, welcome on in. Nice to have you in chat as well. Just going over the week's comments. And there's some interesting ones in here, like this next one from Warren Monkdoll, 4923. On my photo radar assessment and the 200 cops in Aurora video that I did a while back, Warren says, I kind of agree the amount that these things bring in, but anyone can run these. As much as I hate these, you still have to be accountable for your own actions. You speed, and any way they can prove it, I think, is fair game. The problem is, Warren, like how do you know those things are properly calibrated? If you were to take these tickets to court, I misspoke on that video, actually, by the way. I don't want anybody to get the impression I don't give legal advice. If you get them, pay for them or fight them. Those are the options that you got. I think I would fight them because I want to know when the last calibration was done on those photo radars, who did it, things of that nature. Usually you can get those things, 9 times out of 10 you can get those things dismissed. This coming from a guy that just paid $2,000 in photo radar tickets, so I think it gives me a right to give my true feelings. Well, you can give your true feelings anyways, Warren. There's a First Amendment, and for the most part, I keep these comments wide open unless you're going to be a complete douchebag, which you have not been. But there have been other people. I very rarely strike comments in these. Matter of fact, we've been over a lot of hater comments, and I'm not saying your comments are in that category, but I've had a lot of hater comments that have been perfectly okay. You want to criticize me for what I do, or you have maybe some helpful information for me or not. For the most part, I keep it kosher and keep those comments rolling. The only ones that I really take offense to are the ones where it becomes personal, or you start using nasty names and calling me a whatever. And I mean ad hominems never help an argument. So those are the ones that I really don't like. Putintain says, I want a sugar mama. Douchebaggery has no limits, Keeper says. So I agree so far with what you're saying, Warren. Let's continue on. Let's see. Now I have a radar machine that picks these up. You see, it's a game. They have ways to get used, and if you choose to spend almost $1,000, you can get a machine that now gives you the advantages. Bottom line, don't speed unless you don't mind paying fines. I tend to agree with that as well, Warren. I don't want anybody breaking the law, but I just hate it when people get tickets for going like 7-8 miles over the speed limit when, there's no schools around or anything. I mean, does it really hurt anybody? Like, there's no, unless you're, doing like a 20 mile and over thing. Like, if you're going 50 and a 30, I understand those type of things. Or if you're going like 100 down to 55, I mean, it can get a little dicey in those type of situations. But actually, there's a lot of research and studies that suggest the faster that you go on the highways, I'm not saying 100 miles an hour, but like 75 on the highway is actually a lot safer than going 55 or even a little bit under that limit, like 50 or 45 for that matter, on the highway, depending on the number of exits. There was a guy, he was a traffic control guy, an expert in the field that said as much, and pointed to some studies. Rosie says in Florida, the traffic cameras aren't admissible in court because you have a right to face your accuser. It's the same thing here, Rosie, and I think that's pretty much a bunch of places. So that is true. Order MLH some Trump sneakers. How dare you, Keeper? Not a big fan of Trump. I know there's a lot of Trump sycophants out there, and more power to you. But I haven't liked Trump ever since he accused the Central Park gentleman of raping and beating a woman that absolutely wasn't true. And even when the DNA evidence proved otherwise, he kept on, and he wanted the death penalty for these people because he said that they probably did something. And I'm like, so you're accusing them of thought crimes and you want them to die because you think they might have done something. And I have a big problem with that. Joko, I don't know if I said hi to you, but welcome on into chat. Appreciate you being here. We're just going over the comments here. Let's continue on with Warren's comment. To bottom line, don't speed if you don't mind paying fines. To me, to say these are unfair, I would feel like a hypocrite saying that because I'm one guy that does speed a lot. Some people, it teaches them to slow down, and me, it taught me to buy a radar detector. Okay. And I agree, me speeding does put others in danger, so I won't make any excuses. But I don't think these things are wrong at all. Just look at it. If you want to speed, you will pay more taxes. But see, that's the point. That's the point, Warren. We want to pay as little taxes as possible, right? Because they keep raising our taxes all the time. What are we getting for those tax dollars, by the way? I mean, what is this money going towards? You got to ask yourself those questions. What is this money going towards, right? Is it going to enrich the people that it shouldn't enrich? Is it going to the streets and roads that they put these things on? And absolutely not. It goes into the pockets of police that are already making in excess of $100,000 a year, for a lot of them doing nothing more than sitting on their ass at the front desk of Aurora and Denver. And I'll get to that in a minute. I went to, you guys in chat remind me to give you guys the story about me and KDOT going to Denver headquarters, police headquarters, and the bullshit that we went through there. So make sure you tell me that. Matthew the King, welcome in to chat. Putintain, I totally agree with you. I don't speed because gas is expensive. That's another great point, Matthew. Everybody does speed, though, Matthew. If you're kidding yourself if you don't believe that everybody at some point speeds a little bit over the speed limit to get where they're going, because some of the speed limits are completely ridiculous, like literally. I speed all the time. It's a problem. I only have one school time left. Speed limits are too slow. Unless I have my baby in the car, then I do 30. Well, you see that you have a vested interest there. Authority Check, welcome on in. Nice to have you here, my man. If you guys haven't checked out AC's channel, make sure, Matthew, can you please put in AC's channel in there, because I really love this shit show. You guys should check it out. If you like the drama side of YouTube, that's the place to go. I love to get my drama fix on AC's channel, Authority Check Presents. So make sure you check out his channel. Does a great job. Good dude, and doesn't deserve half of the bullshit that comes his way. Maybe half of it you deserve, AC, but the other half you don't. All right, so that was a great comment by Warren. I don't think they're wrong at all, because in the end, tax money still has to come from somewhere, so you guys should thank people like me getting a bunch of tickets. I help your taxes from going up. It's not true. That's absolutely not true, Warren. The amount of tickets that a city receives has nothing to do with the amount of money that are charged in taxes. It's a completely separate issue, and I don't care what people say. There are quotas with cops. There are certain times of the month. There's like twice a month. It's usually around the 1st and the 15th. If you noticed and you're out and about, wherever you are, usually the 1st and the 15th are when, things pick up for speed traps and, photo radars and those type of things as well. Let's see. Speeding, I only aim for the mimes. I don't even know what you mean, Keeper. I remember when AC was cool. He's still cool. AC's still cool. I don't have any problems with AC. All right, let's continue on here. Warren also has another comment here about my back pain. I've had a lot of back pain. I've had accident after accident, whether work or car, and my back is just getting worse and worse. I need, eventually, when I can get some health insurance, to be able to go to the doctor to get it checked out and maybe help out. I don't want surgery, but I just want, and I've been through all the, what do they call that? Physical therapy and patches and pain pills and all that shit. I can't take pain pills, which is mostly why I do weed. I have some mental things that weed helps me do. What's an oxymoron, Keeper? How dare you? All right, Warren says, you're the one guy that does this that I respect. I appreciate that, Warren. It means a lot to me. And that should say much. I have yet to support a frauditor yet. See, this is what you need to get out of the habit of doing, Warren. Not everybody's a frauditor. Some, I'm not going to say a majority, but some of us actually want to make change for the best. I don't classify you as a frauditor, he says. You're not a fraud. I think you're the real thing. Just don't start using the frauditor script. When have I ever done that, Warren? I don't follow anybody's script. You know what I do? I go out and I hold people accountable, whether they're government agents like police officers or ATF agents or, any number of government people that I've held accountable, or people in general. I actually hold my own community accountable too. I'm the one that can see what you're talking about and say that guy really is a fraud, right? Or that chick is really a fraud, and I point it out. I don't do drama on this channel, but I will point out and hold people accountable that are within my community or other communities or, whatever. I hold everybody to account, not just, and including myself. That's why, Warren, when I go out and I do videos, 99% of the time there's no editing, so you can see full context. And that's a problem within this community, and I've realized this from the time I started, right? A lot of people will take their videos, make make jump cuts here and there and make themselves look really good, and cops look bad or government officials look bad, and I don't do that. My videos are authentic, and if they are edited, I guarantee there's a full version on my channel, either in live form or in static form, that you're more than happy to look at. If I edit it, it's just to cut out a little bit of the mundane, like walking or silence or things of that nature. But other than that, I mean, my videos are pure. And it's the reason why my channel hasn't grown to 50,000, 100,000 subscribers, is because it's not sensationalistic. So at times people have said my content is boring. I've never been arrested. Let's see. Pure like virgin snow, Keeper says. We should be back. Give me a 1 if we're back in chat here. Just let me know. All right. Just don't start using the frauditor script. When the First Amendment auditors videos came out, I supported them. Today, nope. Frauditors have now taught me there needs to be some kind of laws against filming in government buildings. That's where we disagree, Warren. The First Amendment should trump everything. Just don't be a douchebag, right? They showed that, I'm saying not you, but like auditors and, cop watchers and stuff like that. They showed me even if they were given the right to film in government buildings, frauditors taught me how that can be abused. That I can agree with. There can be some abuse, but those are the people that need to do something else. You know what I mean? Thank you guys in chat. I appreciate it. Let's see. As far as what I see, frauditors, they're just abusing it for clicks and views. I agree with you. There's a lot of people that do that. Mexican long hair, answer me this one question. How many frauditor videos do you think you will see if YouTube demonetized their channel? That's a good question. I think you would see a lot less, but there still would be people like me who don't do this for money. Matter of fact, Warren, just to let you know, I've made, in the last 3 months, I made $100. So that's $33.33 $33.33 on average per month. So I'm not doing this for money. And even if I did make money on this channel, it wouldn't be about the money for me. And I know KDOT's the same way. There's a few of us out there, Warren, and I know they're few and far between, but you have to search those ones out and support them. So I would appreciate it if everybody in chat would tell one person or anybody listening to this later, tell your friends that this is the one guy that does this for the right reasons, or he's one of the few guys that does it for the right reasons. There are others. I'm not the only one. KDOT and I aren't the only ones. There are a few others, but there's a lot of pretenders, and there's no doubt about that, Warren, and I totally agree with you. If you really feel you're out there doing it for your rights, then making money, then doing it should not matter. I agree. And it's why you're the only one I look up to. You're not making money and you're still doing it. I really look up to you for that reason alone. The frauditors out there, they're only out there to scam their viewers, and they're just too stupid to see it. I don't know if they're too stupid. I wouldn't say that, because I have a lot of bleed over people on my channel that go to others that support other quote unquote auditors, Warren. But I do agree that some people can be duped or tricked, not because they're stupid, but it's human nature. Like I've been scammed a few times in my life for thousands of dollars, Warren. So it's not necessarily that person is stupid. I don't think anybody in their right mind that knew me would think that I'm stupid. They might say it, but do they really mean it? Of course not. I'm not a stupid person. I have a college education. I got all the way through high school. I received straight A's. Mostly straight A's. In high school, I graduated with a 3.6, I believe. I went to college. I did a little poorly there because I didn't go to a lot of the classes, but that's just the thing. Like, it wasn't because I couldn't pass those classes. It was because of the manner in which they were dealt out. You're an adult at that point. There's nobody saying, "Hey, go to class." You're on your own. Let's see. The trick is, let's see, but they have a right to be a douchebag or insulting. That's also right. Yeah, I agree. But there are ways of doing things, Rosie. And there you go. The trick is to not be the jerk. Let them be the jerk and just record it. But if you're being the jerk, the camera shows that too. Be better than the jerk, Blue Unicorn says. See, this is something that cussing is okay. I mean, I'll tell you guys a story in a minute about me losing my cool a little bit, but in a right context. But you're right, Blue Unicorn. I always let them make the mistake first, and then unless I know who I'm dealing with, right? If you're a jerk cop that's been a consistent jerk cop, and I know who you are, and I know a lot of these guys, right? Because of repetition, and because I know, one from another, and I know what they're doing, not doing, etc., etc. Then I feel like I kind of have an inside track on who that person is already, and I'm not going to give them the opportunity because they don't deserve it, right? Give everybody a chance, right? Except the people that have earned their way into my doghouse. I feel Furry is the best around, and she's not monetized, and she follows through. Yeah, you can say what you want about Furry, but she's not monetized, and she does keep going, I spread myself for the Constitution. How dare you, keep her ass, Bernie? That's me, pure and virgin. That's right, Nanya. You keep telling people that, right? She pushes the edge of the cliff and sits and waits. Yeah. Anyone who would post that they believe that laws should be passed against filming in public building deserves whatever the government puts on them. That's a good point, Anonymous. You see, that's the thing. And that's the thing I want to tell you, Warren. When you acquiesce to the government and you give an inch, they take a mile. And then before you know it, you're not going to have any of the rights that are afforded to citizens of this country. Do you understand? That's the whole point of us testing the limits of all these laws. When I know something is illegal, I don't do it. When I know something is legal, I will most certainly do it, and do it over and over, so that way people can get used to it, whether it's using foul language or not. You know what I mean? I don't think you necessarily need to use foul language. There are certain instances where I think, and I've talked to Bernie about this, and we'll talk about it in a minute when I talk about our adventure at Denver police headquarters. Okay. The frauditors out there are only scam. Perfect example is Riot Girl. She got demonetized till this month sometime. As soon as she got demonetized, she never posted another video exercising her so-called rights. I will bet you in March she will forget about the officer she claims that assaulted her. Will no longer matter because she claims she is not doing this because of that officer just before she got demonetized. She played the victim card so bad, blaming him, but yet how much do you want to bet she will be making frauditor videos again as soon as her probation is over? They're doing it for the money, and it's a shame. And I agree with you, Warren. When people do this for money, they lose sight of what this is all about. I couldn't agree more with you, to be honest. Let's continue here. To me, I'm more pissed that they're abusing our Constitution just to make a buck. Well, actually, in this country, Warren, you're encouraged to make a buck or two. Corporations do it all the time, and they know all the loopholes to make money. I have no problem with people making money on YouTube either. Don't misunderstand me. If my channel ends up being successful, and which I already consider it a success, but if it ends up getting 100,000 subs and I end up making a little bit of money on it, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as I do what you said, continue to keep my eye on the prize and not worry about the money. I never worry about the money. That's why I can continue to do what I do, and the only people I'm held accountable to is the people that watch my channel and the people of Aurora and Denver and the Denver metro area, right? So, it's kind of a cyclical thing. You know what I mean? Bernie says, are you taking the inch? She always takes the inches, Keeper. When I know something is illegal, I'm just more careful doing it. Alan B, welcome, my friend. Alan B in the house. What's up, my friend from across the pond? Appreciate you being here. Simple capitalism, nothing wrong. See, that's the thing, Keeper. I don't really care if people make money on YouTube. I do have a problem with capitalism, but it's more to the crony capitalism part, like the companies that take advantage of workers and they take away a bunch of the luxuries and a bunch of the things like healthcare, and healthcare becomes too expensive and things of that nature. But that's kind of a crony corporate capitalistic thing that this country is just I don't want to say unique in doing. but they are very calculated in how they take advantage of the system. Putin Train says, I think Jeff Gray, honor your oath, is the GOAT of audits. Okay, that's I've seen his channel. He does a lot of commentary on other people's channel, which is fine. Keeper of the list says, MLH, you keep an eye on the prize. I'll watch Bernie. Jesus Christ, Keeper. I swear, man. Anon Mouse says, all news and information services should be non-profit. That would put a decent spin on things, Anon Mouse. I always say, if I go to a movie, I spend money, I pay for cable. If I enjoy someone's channel and want to donate, what business is it of anyone else? I agree. It's nobody's business but your own. I do think some people run. It's a fool's errand to support somebody that always takes plea deals and always, gets arrested. I mean, you guys should be looking for the people that try not to get arrested. And I'm not saying you guys got to listen to me and do what I say. That's the antithesis of what I'm saying. What I do, I should just put it this way, is I look for people that are honest, first and foremost, that want to do the right thing, that aren't in it for the clicks and views and the money. If they happen to have the clicks and views and money, more power to you. But I just prefer people not be beholden to YouTube money and be beholden to your audience and your audience alone. And the audience will follow and they will help you along. I've gotten plenty of donations. Not like plenty, but you know what I mean? Like, people show their support. They've PayPal'd me $1 or $2 or $5 here and there. Stuff like that. I've got no problem people making even $100,000 or $1 million on YouTube. More power to you. I want it done in the proper fashion, and I don't want you to do it just because of that money. Do it because you want to make a change, because you're an activist. You understand? Let's see. I really dislike when folks say he's only doing it for clicks and views. Every news agency operates for views and ad dollars. There's no difference. Making money is fine. Yeah, I have no problem with that. It's the motive or the honesty that's important. See, that's just exactly what I said, Blue Unicorn. Capitalism is a good thing, but some of the rules need to change. I agree, Putin. I don't think by nature capitalism is necessarily a good thing. I think it's a thing, Putin. But some people can make a lot more money at it than others, and it's just not fair. Howard County, welcome on in. Nice to have you in here. He said, I've never heard of Jeff Gray commentate on someone else's videos before. I must be thinking of someone else, Howard County. So maybe I'm wrong on that, but I have seen Honor Your Oath videos, and they're pretty damn good. Follow MLH, do what MLH says. No, I'm not that way. So YouTube should make all the money for videos, and the creators should work for free. No. Absolutely not, a noun mess. I agree. When people make money on YouTube, it doesn't bother me. What I say is, if you're doing it for the right reasons, the money should be secondary. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Cajun Randy in the house. What's up, Cajun Randy? Nice to have you here. Really appreciate you. I'm late, not Cajun Randy. Let me give this comment a heart and a hearty thumbs up. I appreciate that, Warren. I think I went over the whole thing. No court will ever support a video that's used for commercial use when filming in a government building. If a frauditor would have not posted their videos for profit, they might stood a chance in court. Actually, that's not true. The video is just video evidence. You can have a video that makes money. It's no problem. And they will support it if it's showing activity that's illegal, like cops beating the shit out of somebody for simply filming in a building, Warren. So we have a slight disagreement there, but nothing major. Howie Hood said, cool, on my last comment show, so thank you very much, Howie Hood. Appreciate that. Yoda Attacks is a new commenter. I really appreciate you commenting, Yoda Attacks, on the photo radar assessment video. He says, I agree they're doing the same job that the police officers should be doing, but they're doing it and getting paid less than what the cops are getting paid. They should drop the cops' salary. Recommended to you by King Bluto. Thank you very much, Yoda Attack. And King Bluto, I can't thank you enough for recommending my channel. I really appreciate it. It definitely helps. That's the only way this channel is really going to grow. I don't have usually sensationalist content on this channel, so word of mouth is king to me. The tube of you has been ruthlessly stripping my live stream comments out today. I'm really getting tired of it. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on there. A lot of people are experiencing that, Anon Mouse. If you have a hook and you can make money, why not? The channel that I watch most always says not to donate. They make their monies through ads. That's awesome. See, that's what I'm saying, Roseanne. You know what? This is a free country, and you are allowed to spend your money how you're allowed to spend your money. If you want to spend money on my channel and support, my habit of holding people accountable and government officials accountable, then by all means do it. I'm not going to deny it. I will give you a shout out and all that. Everybody knows the ways that they can donate. It's on the channel. You can super chat, you can super thanks later, all that stuff. I will say YouTube does take 30%, but hey, I don't have a problem with it because YouTube is providing the archive system that I have with all the videos. So I guess that's just the cost of doing business, right? All right, let's continue here. Yoda Attack says, I'm new to this kind of super sleuth thing. This looks like a good segment of content recommended to you by King Bluto. And I guess you're talking about the mustachioed, Yoda. The rumor has it the mustachioed's been working on something. I don't know what, but he might be back.
I love the mustachioed.
Bernie says she loves the mustachioed. I don't know why, Bernie. The mustachioed is a piece of crap.
He is, but he's a fun piece of crap. And he has sex hair.
He has sex hair? That's what it is? It's the sex hair that does it for you? Okay. Yoda Attacks continues. What that gentleman is smoking is called the devil's lettuce in regards to Joe Cool. He watched an older mustachioed video. Yoda Attacks, we're just talking about your comments. Welcome to chat, Yoda Attacks. Nice to have you in here. Welcome to the MLH Monsters. Appreciate you. Again, Yoda Attacks continues. I can think of this. I can think of is that gentleman is a private investigator. That's why he keeps traveling. On my Joe Cool Part 2 video. This is all those meetings in Chicago. He's probably having secret meetings with the Chicago mob. I can neither confirm or deny those rumors, Yoda Attacks. Continues here with the mustachioed versus wandering hippie video. With all that devil's, let's hear you smoking. You must have the munchies, so he's going to snack to get some snacks. Snackco to get some snacks. He's talking about hippie. Yes, hippie has been known to smoke the devil's lettuce. Yoda Attacks. On my death investigation in Aurora video, Yoda says, you're not doing anything wrong. Those pesky cops, I need to leave you alone. All you do is sitting there talking to your audience, but they just want to sit there and sneak around getting your license plate. Yeah, you noticed that too. Yeah, they did get my license plate. It doesn't bother me, Yoda Attacks. I have nothing to hide. I've got a squeaky clean record, so there's no issues with them taking my license. I mean, or my license plate, because they won't find any warrants. My vehicle has, it's not stolen, obviously. So, let's see. Let me pick up and chat here. Only problem I have with making YouTube money is that YouTube takes half. There's zero problem making your own job. Blue Unicorn, they actually take 30%. It's not half. Integrity is important too. I agree with that. I consider myself of the utmost highest person with integrity doing this. I don't think anybody can match at least my integrity. They might have better videos because of the type of content or whatever, but integrity, you won't find anybody that's more that has more integrity than myself, and compassion and empathy for those that deserve it. You know what I mean? There's lots of things. I make a little money on my First Amendment by playing guitar and singing, and I think that's fine. News does the same. Authors do the same. But lying to folks for money shows lack of integrity. Yes, I agree. Devil's lettuce? Brussels sprouts? I like Brussels sprouts. Keeper, how dare you? And kale's good too. Blue Unicorn, what's wrong with you? All right, let's continue on. Yoda attacks again. Man, right on, Yoda. I appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. Waiting patiently for your next video, new to the platform. Okay, check out some of the older ones, Yoda. I mean, I know I haven't put out a lot of content lately, but there will be more. King Bluto is in the house. What's up, King Bluto? Nice to have you here. Really appreciate you bringing Yoda attacks to the channel. That's pretty awesome. Yes, there will be further videos, Yoda attacks. I'm working on a lot of things, man. Behind the scenes, I do a lot that I don't put on the channel, but I eventually will. I'm just waiting for a lot of information. Keeper of the list on my Denver Police Headquarters post says, you better put out soon. Bernie might get upset. How dare you, Keeper? But keep those comments coming. Michelle chimed in on the last comments show, says, I still look for the shirtless shot in Jason Statham movies. You know, Bernie does the same, Michelle. That's what it is. You ladies want to see Jason Statham without the top on, right, Bernie?
Why not?
Why not? I agree. No problem. It's, you know what? That's the reason that women watch wrestling too. They don't want to tell you, but that's the real reason. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's the reason I watch your videos, because I'm waiting for you to get naked.
Oh, really? I don't think anybody else wants that. Maybe Keeper. No, Keeper won't want that. All right, and then Keeper says, is Bernie okay? Bernie's okay. She's right here. I just, we had a lot of shit to do this morning, right, Bernie? And that's why I couldn't do the show this morning.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we had a Walmart fantastical morning.
Ugh, God, Walmart is like depressing. Okay, let's see if we have any held for review comments here. No held for review, so no naughty, nasty comments. I usually like to go through those. Let's see if we have any mentions, and then I'll go into my story about what happened at Denver headquarters, police headquarters. Yeah, Howard County. I got him confused with someone else. Keeper says, new streaming service, you boob. Yeah, you boob. Let's see. Kale, while supposedly nutritious, is nature's punishment for thinking about yourself. I like kale. No, I don't know why. I just like the taste. I look good in my football pants, Keeper says. How dare you? Bernie sounds lit. Are you lit, Bernie?
I was last night.
Last night, right? No, we're not lit at all. Did you have to go do your Walmart fix? Bluto says, no, well, look, I took my mom to Walmart. That's why I was at Walmart. And while I was there, I had to pick up a couple of necessities like shampoo. And, why not just, do one trip instead of two? But we got a little bit of food, too. I'm not going to say it was just all necessities, but there's a couple things here and there. But I try to not fall into that trap of ooh, that looks good, I'm gonna put that in my cart thing.
That's hot sauce fix. Now we did that. We went crazy.
Yeah, we kind of went crazy with the hot sauce because they got these. It's called Melinda's sauces, and they're really good. And the only place I've ever seen it is at Walmart. It's called Melinda's, and they got different ones. Like the best one is the truffle sauce. It tastes just like truffle mushrooms. It's really, really good.
That one's good.
Which other one? What is it? Oh, that's the black truffle one. Yeah, and then there's mango habanero one that's pretty good too. That one's not that hot, even though it says it's hot.
No, it says it's not.
Oh, it says it's not. Okay, got you. All right. Well, there you go. All right, let's see. Poo's a bit cheaper at Walmart. I'm going to Walmart for one thing. Ooh, shiny, exactly, blue unicorn. I do my best to avoid that. It's really tempting and really hard. I mean, we only spent like what, $50, Bernie?
Yeah, but I really wanted Reese's peanut butter eggs, and you didn't want them.
No, see, okay, here's the thing. I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter, but I do like Reese's peanut butter cups, and those things I can just eat one after another. I can't. If you give me a bag of them, I will just sit there and eat them all. Like, they're so fucking good.
Me and Mom wanted to share them with.
I know but you guys wouldn't have got any. I guarantee it. I would have eaten it all. All right, Melinda's is really good sauce. Bleeding Cord says.
Oh, he's had it.
Yeah, he's had it. It's really good. Okay, let's go to the mentions here. Bluto just mentioned me. The comment show will happen late morning to early afternoon, more like mid-afternoon to most people. But it did happen. And Horizon City, a couple days ago, mentioned me. Aurora tries to avoid defending former officer in lawsuit. Okay, this is a good opportunity to tell you guys what we did, all right? I don't want to spoil anything. I think KDOT has the video up on his channel, but we went to where... Okay, do you guys remember Douglas Haroon? The piece of shit that I exposed, went through the academy. They let him pass through even though he cheated on his entrance exam. He ended up shooting someone in the ankle. He was put on administrative leave, and while he was on administrative leave, he beat the shit out of this elderly disabled Hispanic woman. All right, well, that guy was back in the news because Aurora does not want to represent him in the lawsuit against him for the person that he beat the shit out of. So they ruled, this was only a couple days ago, they ruled that they weren't, the court ruled that Aurora was not responsible for representing this turd of a human being, right? So because of my expose and KDOT and my due diligence with this guy, they eventually let him go, right? They let this guy go, so he gets a job. Check this out, guys. We found out that Douglas Haroon works at Anytime Fitness in Aurora, and we wanted to warn Anytime Fitness of his transgressions and make sure that they knew that this guy was a loose cannon. So we did go there, and I did record. Now, the recording is not the greatest because I had it in my pocket. I didn't want them to know that we were recording or whatever. But guess who we ran into? We did end up seeing Douglas Haroon, and he looks every bit the meathead that he looks in his pictures. He's a big dude, right? He had no idea who we are, I don't think, but we went on in and talked to the manager, and according to the manager, the owners are well aware of his transgressions and his court cases, and they still decided to hire him. So we urged them to take a look at that, maybe do a drug test, and maybe not have this guy on their workforce because he's a liability. Now, whether or not they take our advice, we have yet to hear back. We left email if they wanted to talk to us about his transgressions and all the information that we have, that we bared out on my channel and on KDOT's channel. We did let them know that there may be some repercussions to them keeping them if they do. But we'll keep you guys posted on that front as it moves forward. He shot because he was scared of a cankle. Juice moose, yeah. Noel says, regarding recording in public buildings, the liberties of people never were, nor ever will be secure when the transactions of their rulers may be concealed from them. Patrick Henry, 100. I couldn't agree with you more, Noel. That's why I'm in deep opposition to the signs that are put up in the Denver police stations that say you can't record there. There will be more on that at a later date. I promise you, Noel, that those signs will eventually come down. Nanya, you are blasphemous. How could you say that Reese's are gross? They are the best. I love it. Rosie says, I should shop more at Walmart. Publix is like double the cost, but Publix carts are smooth. I'm bougie like that. Hey, keep shopping there, Rosie. If Walmart went out of business, I wouldn't care. Other than the people that work there, that would suck for them. How dare you, keeper? Reese's Pieces are awesome. He shot because he was scared of a kinkle. Yeah, exactly. Patrick Henry has the best quotes. Yes. All right. Let's see if there's any more mentions. I got one more story to tell you guys. NH Mountain Girl mentioned me, and Bluto mentioned me. Bluto, thanks for being a huge supporter, man. I don't say it enough, and I do appreciate you bringing people on over and just mentioning me in post and commenting either in chat or on other videos. It makes a big difference, and I do appreciate that 100%. So just want to let you know that. Okay, let me tell you my other quick story about K-Dot and I going to the the Denver Police Headquarters. Now, the Denver Police Headquarters is a scary place. It looks like a prison, acts like a prison, because when you go in there, you have to talk to the cops behind glass through a phone. So after we get done taking off our jackets and all our stuff and going through security, we get in there. Now, I know better than to record inside that particular station because they've been known to give people a hard time and hassle with the cameras. And I didn't feel like getting arrested that day, even though I almost did anyways. So we get in there and we're asking for some body cam footage and a report of, sorry, I need to drink something. My mouth is dry. We get, all we want to do is request body cam footage and a report for an incident, for something that happened. I don't want to reveal anything yet. It's something we're working on, but for context of this story, that's what I got for you. So we get in there, and I talk to the first guy. Now, I'm not a big fan of calling cops pigs, right? I think they're more like cockroaches. Usually pigs are clean animals and, for the most part, very intelligent, which is the exact opposite of most of the cops you run across. They're not very smart. They're not clean. They're dirty for the most part as far as like their actions and, breaking the law and stuff and, stuff like that. What? Okay.
Okay, I'll bring it up.
Thanks, Bernie.
No problem.
So all I did was ask for a CCJRA form. And if you're not familiar with CCJRA, it's a Colorado Justice Reform Act. It's the equivalent of FOIA for the cops here in Colorado, right? You got two separate systems. You got Cora, which is also like FOIA, but that's for like stuff like salaries and a little more mundane stuff, right? And the CCJRA stuff is the Colorado Criminal Justice Reform Act, and it's mostly deals with cops. If you want any information on cops, you have to do it through CCJRA, which they just changed because of probably me, because I was getting a lot of information by Cora, which, Cora is a lot easier process. CCJRA takes months sometimes. So it's ridiculous, okay? Rosie, they are clean. They're very clean animals, unless you put them near mud or whatever. They're super clean animals. They are smart and they are clean, as long as you don't, leave them by a mud pit or something, something like that. But here's what happened. So I go in and I ask for this form, and the guy I don't like calling them pigs, but this guy actually looked like a pig, right? Like he looked like a cross between someone with Down syndrome, and this is going to be insulting to people with Down syndrome, but he looked like somebody with Down syndrome crossed with a pig. And if you can put those two together, you can imagine what this guy looked like. And so I asked him, and he had no clue what a CCJRA form was. And I said, "You are a cop," and these are my words, almost verbatim, "and you don't know what a CCJRA form is?" And that's all I said. And he's like, "No, I don't know what a CCJRA form. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about," he said. And he kept like trying to chastise me in a way. Like his demeanor was, he was a nasty human being, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put it on this form, and this is what I need. And so he's like, "You know what? I'm something like to the effect of, I'm done with you. Bye." That's what he said to me. And he like, and I was like, that's when I lost it, right? There's the mistake that the cop made. He told me bye for something that I needed and he was supposed to do for me. They have the forms right there. So, and I've done this process before. It wasn't like a big shock to me. It was a shock to him, but not me. So I lost it. I was like, you know what, you son of a bitch? Give me the goddamn form that I'm asking. And he hung up the phone that you're talking, but there's like a little slit there. So I went down there and I was like, and he started laughing, right? I was like, you can take your fucking hyena laughing fucking self and give me the goddamn form that I asked for so I can turn it in. And I was just, and KDOT was with me. And if you guys can believe it, KDOT was cool. He was calm. He didn't say nothing, but he knew I was upset, right? And so I just went off on this guy. And meanwhile, so we're fighting with this guy to get the form. Finally, he gives us some form, and we get, I fill it out, and I give it to him, and I'm noticing another officer, and he's laughing. I was like, what the fuck are you laughing at? And they're behind glass, right? And so it just irritated me. They're sitting there having a good old time, jerking around, probably jerking each other off beneath the desk there, and not doing their job, So it just irritated me. And so we're sitting there, and the one older cop that was started laughing and adding to the bullshit takes a picture of me. Oh boy. Now this is the third time in like 3 weeks that a cop has taken a picture of me, and I don't know if I'm becoming a fucking supermodel or what, but these guys just really want my fucking picture. I don't know if they're going to put it up on their wall or what the fuck they're going to do, and that set me off even further. I was like, you know what, you motherfucker? I was like, you better not fucking delete that shit off your phone. I was like, give me your fucking card. And so he gave me his card. He's a piece of shit. I'll have more on him later. Because I got to put in, I don't know if I'm going to put in a complaint because of something that happened a little bit later, but I'll tell you about that in just a second. So anyways, I'm just kidding. I'm fired up because you know what? It's bullshit. They're sitting back there. They're laughing. They're cackling. They're not doing their job. We're waiting for some other person to come and talk to us about what we need. And so eventually a sergeant comes down. Now this sergeant, I have to give him a lot of credit, de-escalated everything, calmed everybody down, was genuinely curious why we were there. He was nothing but helpful. So there is a little bit of light at the end of this tunnel, so I could tell this sergeant didn't want any issues. He was as genuine as he could be. Now, you know me, I don't even trust them when they're the, quote, good cops, right? Because those good cops are the same ones that'll sit by and watch somebody do something bad and do nothing about it, right? But I can't prove anything, so far I just take people for face value. And I took this guy at face value. He was like, look, I'll talk to their supervisor. It was wrong. Oh, and I didn't tell you guys. The older guy threatened to arrest me. When I got up in his grill where that, window was, he's like, do you want to be arrested? And I was like, go ahead and fucking do what you want to do. Matter of fact, I welcome it. Get your fucking ass over here, right? Or go ahead, do what you got to do. And so he threatened to arrest me for doing nothing wrong. And that's when KDOT was like, whoa. And KDOT was like, why don't you go over there? I'll take care of this. And then so KDOT let in on him and told him, you know what? He's not doing anything illegal. And then he put it to the cop. Is cussing illegal? Is raising your voice illegal? And the cop was stunned. He was like, do you know? And KDOT continued. He's like, do you know Senate Bill 217? You better not delete that picture off your phone because that's a misdemeanor, and all this. So it just, they just set me wrong. But to the sergeant's credit, he took our request, and within, I kid you not, we got in the car, and by the time we got to our next destination, we already had a response in email about the request that we put in. So, there it is. That's what happened there. The polite ones are just smart enough to not do something stupid on camera, but make no mistake, the good ones are worse than the bad ones because they look the other way. That's just what I was saying, Rosie. I'll give people credit, but I'm pretty sure those are the same people that say one thing on one side of their mouth, and then when you leave, they're going to go back to the other cops and say, ooh, these guys were assholes and blah, 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 blah. Blue Unicorn says there was a band from Boulder called the Get Down Syndrome. They were funky. I think the pig reference was from the Animal Farm book. Indeed it was, Blue Unicorn. Although pigs were the state bureaucrats and the dogs were the cops. Yeah, I think that's, MLH, do you know if it's against their policy? Matthew, it's not only against their policy, they cannot threaten. If I would have had a recording, which that's another thing that I addressed with the sergeant, I hope his body cam is working, because if he didn't put on his body cam while we had this exchange, then we've got a huge issue. That's a rights violation. Him threatening to arrest me is a rights violation when I wasn't doing anything illegal. So there's still more to be had on that, Matthew. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on something that big yet, though. I'm not one of these people that just is sue happy and but I do take my rights seriously, and I will follow up with it, Matthew. Trust me. We're not done with this one yet. Blue Unicorn says, I just don't think there are good ones. Even the nicest cops in the world robs the public every day. See, I am thinking along the lines of what you're thinking, Blue. Gotta run, Putin. Thanks for being here, Putin. I really appreciate it. I'm guessing Bernie wasn't putting out that morning. Keeper says, how dare you, Keeper? They speak with forked tongues, Bluto says. Yeah, I agree, Bluto. But I did tell the sergeant, I was like, you know what, Sergeant? I'm going to do something unprecedented for myself. Instead of me complaining about these officers and putting in formal complaints where you guys have to do an active investigation and all this shit, and usually it's like you look at it and you throw it in the trash and you say, well, nothing wrong, we investigated ourselves, there's nothing wrong. I'm going to give you an opportunity, Sergeant. This is an opportunity to bridge the gap. I'm going to let you take care of this. But if I come back here and things haven't changed, Sergeant, then I'm going to hold you accountable for it, not these jackasses. I'm going to hold you accountable for it. So there you go. That's what I'm saying. In some states, a cop threatening to arrest you for no reason is assault. I can't remember which ones. Not Colorado. It's not considered assault here, Blue Unicorn. It's considered something else, and you can't do that. You can't threaten to arrest someone here in Colorado for doing nothing wrong. If I was doing something wrong, he said I was disturbing the peace. He doesn't understand the meaning of disturbing the peace, right? You can cuss out a cop all you want to, night and day, Rosie, I disagree. The cops I went to school with and played ball with weren't bad cops, different country, though. Well, see, that's a different country, Keeper. I mean, it's not this country. This country has a huge, deep problem with the police. And I've always said it starts with the hiring, goes on into the training, and then continues out onto the street and beyond. So there's a lot of inherent things that are going on here, but trust me when I say KDOT and I are difference makers. We may not be able to get huge changes right away, but we will get incremental change, and we will make sure things happen. We've gotten people fired for not acting the right way, sometimes not of our own volition, but just from videos that we've sent to certain people. We've gotten cops demoted and fired because of their actions. We were the catalyst, even though Acevedo, the former chief of Aurora, says that he wanted to go back to his family in Texas and blah, 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 blah. We were the ones that forced the issue. Do you see what I'm saying? He would never admit it, but we were the ones. Matter of fact, the last day that Acevedo was here, he was sitting there trying to call KDOT, and I mean, it was like crazy. But I went to high school with the cop's son. He was a huge bully. He went on to be a cop. His last name was Jerkvosky. 3 guesses why he was a bully and why him and his dad were cops. Yeah, exactly. I think there's more of those than the other. You can't be hired as a cop if you are too smart. That's true too. Probably why I'm not a cop, Rosie. Just saying, Upper ranks want their goons to be dumb, Matthew says. Yes. Problem here too, but Canada cops have a BA degree at minimum in criminal justice, police service. Yeah, I mean, Lakewood, Colorado, you have to have a degree too, but it doesn't really mean much if you're still the same asshole, Keeper. I understand. I get what you're saying. All right, so that's my story. There's more to come. KDOT and I aren't sitting on our laurels. I know neither of our channels have been, full of content lately, but we are still working on a ton of stuff. There's a ton of things on the burner, ranging from a cop chase that ended in a death. There's so much. There's these cops that think they can get away with taking my picture, which I haven't forgotten about, 3 different instances, and I will make sure that I get all that taken care of, including an ATF agent that thinks he got away with it. There's another story we're working on. There's the Douglas Arun thing in Aurora, working at Anytime Fitness as a danger and a menace to society and to the patrons of Anytime Fitness. There's more to come. There's 2. I think he's got 2 trials coming up that I will be covering. What else? There's just a myriad of things that we're working on. I know I'm forgetting like 3 or 4 things, but there's a ton of stuff to come. And I promise you guys will be the first to hear it. And, I have no problems with you guys sharing, but the most important thing you guys can do for me, keep those comments coming. Keep coming to chat. Refer me to your friends if you like my channel, if you like what I do, if you like any of the videos, share it on different mediums, whether you're on Twitter or TikTok or whatever. Share. Feel free to share. Just give me a little bit of credit in there. Tell people this is the channel, right? This is the channel that you should follow. Really appreciate it. So that's all I got. Bernie, do you have anything before we end the show?
I want some weed.
Well, that I can accommodate, Bernie. No problem. Okay, let's real quickly talk about the rest of the schedule. The weekend usually is reserved for your request. Now, Jamie Todd requested that we did the Skidwalker thing. We just got snow again this weekend, so we couldn't do it this weekend. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. But if you guys have a request for the weekend, let us know, and Bernie and I will do something, whether it's a cop watch or a drive or a place you want to see, anything of that nature. Just let us know, and I'll try to accommodate. All right. Mondays and Wednesdays are usually cop watching. I have not been out doing homeless outreach as much lately. But that's because of money issues. It's really tough to pay all your bills and then, in addition, come up with money for food for other people. But it is vitally important, and I will get back to it as I can. Tuesdays is Hot Tub on Bernie's channel. Make sure you check that out. We usually, this week's song is My Sharona, which I'm sure we'll fuck up in epic fashion. Make sure you check that out. It's on Bernie's channel at 9 Eastern Time. Usually lasts about an hour. It's the funnest hour you'll ever spend on YouTube. It's a blast. I know Rosie's there sometimes. Actually, Rosie's there a lot. Blue Unicorn is there sometimes. Cynthia, what's up, Cynthia? Nice to have you in chat as well. Really appreciate you there. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button as well. We could definitely use more of those. Let's see. Thursdays, I'm off completely on Thursdays unless Bernie has a honeydew list, which I usually deliver for Bernie on Thursdays. Friday is my other show, RP Grinders, twitch.tv/RP Grinders. Every Friday at, the first 3 Fridays of the month, we skip the last Friday of the month usually, unless there's 5 Fridays. But the 4th Friday we're starting to take off. But 7 Eastern on that one as well. It's a ton of fun if you like video games, politics, pop culture, any of that stuff. Check that out. Twitch.tv/RPGrinders. Yes, Bernie.
Something to say. Try Melinda's hot sauce. It's yum.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Put the Twitch link. Matthew or somebody, can you please, maybe Bernie can put the Twitch link into chat for me for the RP Grinders show. Like I said, it's about video games, pop culture, politics. It's a ton of fun. You guys will have fun on that channel as well. You can hear me in a completely different light. And that's about all I got for you guys. Just have a great weekend, great safe weekend. I hope to see you guys on the next video or the next comment show. Usually I do the comment show in the morning. I know today was an exception, but I'm glad that you guys are responding and still commenting, and all that stuff. Watching the videos always helps, etc., etc., etc. Bernie, did you find the Twitch link?
I think I put it.
Yes, there you go. There you go, Keeper. There's the Twitch. There's the Twitch link. Okay, that's about all I got for you guys. If you guys are struggling with your own mental health, please make sure you reach out to somebody that you know, love, and trust. In lieu of that, my email is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or a counselor, but sometimes listening helps, and I'm a very good listener and reader of your emails. But if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion, just remember, somebody out there thinks you are their favorite. Hold on to that thought. It could save your life. There's also a national hotline in the United States and Canada. It's 988. If you dial that number, you will get connected with a professional that can help you through any issue that you're dealing with on the mental side of things. If you're too sheepish to talk to somebody, you can also message that number, 988, and somebody will text back and forth with you and go over the same things and hopefully help you out. There's also plenty of resources online. Go to your browser of choice, type in mental health help, and there are a myriad of websites and programs that can help you guys through your issues. Don't do anything stupid. Just make sure you talk to somebody before you act. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you guys on the next one. Later, everybody.